Samantha Chakravalesu Atra Gachantu Devata Sadhangmang Munirajasa Sunantu Sagga Mokkadang Dhamma Savana Kalo Ayang Bhadanta Dhamma Savana Kalo Ayang Bhadanta Dhamma Savana Kalo Ayang Bhadanta Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Sabba papassa karanang kusalassa upasampada sacitta pariyodapanang etang buddhana sasanang. Dear Dhamma friends, today the topic for this Dhamma talk, Dhamma sharing, is Buddhism for practical life. Let me at the very outset wish you all a very happy, peaceful, prosperous New Year 2024 with peace, happiness, good health, and longevity. May this New Year 2024 bring you peace, harmony, and happiness always with the blessings of the 𝗷𝗶𝗸𝗀𝗃. Now, when it comes to a new year, we always have new aspirations, new hope, new beginning, a chapter that is brand new for us. Always beginning of something is giving a new hope to us. That brings a very special thing. Even the beginning of the day is very special. It's more refreshing than the rest of the day. When it comes to the back end of the day, the evening, it is body is tired and the darkness is coming up, and you feel like going back to sleep. You are tired already. And the beginning of the week also is just like that. It's a new week, new hope, new beginning. Beginning of a month also is just like that. It's a beginning of a new month. And now beginning of a new year can also bring lots and lots of new hopes, new resolutions. A lot of people like to start something new for their life, to rectify their mistakes, what they have done so far. They try to fix something. So I think with the new year just started, um, I wish to remind you again that this is a new beginning of your new chapter. So new chapter can be a new beginning. You can learn many things throughout your life. We evolve through trials and um, lot of errors in our life. So it's very helpful if we make our life more meaningful, more peaceful, more stronger within, then we can do many good things, many better things for us. So I think today the topic itself can be really helpful. Practical Buddhism for practical life. How to apply Buddhism for our day-to-day life. How to make it more practical. Actually, Buddhism, a lot of people know about Buddhism. They are really interested in Buddhism. But then again, when it comes to practice, we sometimes don't know how to do that. So I personally would like to encourage people to um, practice the Dhamma. Buddha said in 𝗷𝗶𝗸𝗲, um, even if you know a lot of Dhamma, it doesn't make sense if you don't know how to apply in your day-to-day life. So in real-time practice is more important than anything else in Buddhism. Even if you know a little bit of Dhamma, if you know how to apply it, it makes more sense to you. So let us learn how to practice, how to apply the Dhamma in our day-to-day life. This is not so difficult, actually. Rather than learning very lofty Dhamma theories, if we can apply the Dhamma in our day-to-day practice, day-to-day life, I think that can be more helpful, more beneficial to yourself and to everyone else. So the Buddha said, in essence, as the topic that I recited today, the Pali, simple Pali stanza, which is very familiar again, like 𝗷𝗶𝗸𝗶 akaranam, not to do anything wrong, 𝗀𝗂𝗯𝘀𝗃 upasampada, to cultivate good things, positive things, wholesome things. 𝗀icitta-pariyodappanam, purify your mind. ētaṃ buddhāna sāsanam, this is the very quintessential essence of Buddhism. So I think um, if we um, if we can go deep into this little thing, in essence, even in short, to be good and to do good in life can make our Dhamma path more clear and more exclusive, more inclusive, I would say. So it includes everything. If we are good, if we try to be good, if we try to do good things in our life. I would say like two words that would be um, nice and wise. So how to be nice? When you want to be nice, you want to be compassionate, you want to be kind-hearted, you want to be um, you want to be generous, you want to be humble, and do all those nice things in your life. And how to be wise? You have to be smart, you have to be skillful, you need to know what to do and what not to do. These things are also really, really helpful. So, these little things can be really helpful. Even these two words, if we can apply, nice and wise. We have to be humble, we have to be simple, we have to be kind, we have to be generous, and then again, wise. We have to be smart and skillful. We need to know what to do and what not to do, whom to associate and whom not to associate. These things can be really helpful in our day-to-day life. Um, for example, some of the teachings of the Buddha that I'm trying to explain to you today, how to apply these powerful teachings in our day-to-day life. For example, let's say anapanasati bhavana, um, breathing meditation, breathing meditation. So, a lot of people practice breathing meditation in their day-to-day life. A lot of Buddhist people, they are very passionate about practicing anapanasati. That can really help us concentrate better, focus better. It can also be very helpful to us in many different ways, in fact. How to apply this wonderful practice of anapanasati in many different ways. For example, we start our life with a simple breath, breathing in when we are born into this world, and then we keep on breathing. And how many times we breathe in a minute, and how many times we breathe in an hour, how many times we breathe in a day, in a year, and a gradual, like average person, a healthy person, how many times do we breathe in our lifetime? Every time, any of these breath can be our last breath. So focusing on this thing can really help us to dig into the Dhamma too. Take a deep dive into Dhamma too, because breath is our lifeline. Every time we breathe in, it's a brand new breath. It's a brand new beginning. And breathe in and breathe out. You see, one of the breaths can be our last one. And breathing can also remind us the beginning, the middle, and the end of our life. Beginning, like breathing, for example, gives us good energy, wholesome energy, positive energy. Breathing can make us wholesome. It brings new hope. It gives oxygen to us. And then it cleanses our body. When we breathe out, we actually remove some of the toxic things from inside the body. Through carbon dioxide, when we exhale, the breath is naturally cleansing our body. See, the breath is amazing. The focus on the breath is really, really amazing. Whether we are aware of this or not, it happens all the time. Even if we are asleep, we breathe in and breathe out. And then we naturally cleanse our body. Then why do we need to meditate? What benefits can it bring to us? When we meditate, it not only cleanses our body, but also cleanses our mind. It helps us cleanse our mind. Why? We become more mindful. We become more mindful about each and every step, moment of the breath. Breathe in and breathe out. When we breathe in, the incoming breath touches the nostril, tip of the nostril before entering the body, what we call the entry point. And when we breathe out, the breath touches the upper lip before leaving the body. That is the exit point. So in between the entry point and the exit point, we do have only maybe less than an inch or something. The distance is maybe an inch or something. But the things that we learn by focusing, by contemplating, by concentrating, by meditating on this is truly, truly remarkable. So we need to know what we do. We need to focus on what we do. It really, really helps us. And when we focus on this little distance, even there, the beginning of the breath, the middle of the breath, and the end of the breath, if we take breath as a column, that can be really helpful. That can be truly inspiring. How we can focus on each stage of this breath column. Really amazing. Very, very powerful. And then what happens? It focuses our mind into one pointedness, object, one object, that is breath and only breath. And then it needs quiet, peace, and that way we become peaceful and quiet in our body. So we can see our body becomes calm and quiet. And when our body becomes calm and quiet, we are able to see things more clearly, physically. Although we close our eyes and focus on our breath, incoming breath and outgoing breath, we can still see very clearly. We can see it very clearly, the whole process of um, the breath and also our body. It really helps us recognizing our body. When we scan our body, we can see everything about our body, different sensations of our body. And before going to that, I would say each and every single breath has different identities. I think it is all unique. Every single breath has a unique identity. So sometimes we breathe in long, sometimes we breathe out long, sometimes we breathe in short, sometimes we breathe out short. We need to recognize them. Even those long and short breaths are not same, even though they are long, and they can be longer, they can be little long, and they can be just long. And then some can be short, some can be little short, and some can be very short. And eventually, you see, the breath becomes very subtle when our body becomes calm and quiet. When we are more practicing, when we practice more time duration, we can see um, the breath, the body. Breath becomes subtler and subtler and subtler. So breath is different all the time. It's not equal. And the benefits that we find here, it brings us peace and happiness within. It makes us calm and it makes us stronger in concentrating. We can concentrate better. One pointedness. That's really, really helpful. A lot of people have the ADHD. They don't know. They have this distraction problem. They can't really focus on one thing at a time. So practicing anapanasati can make our mindfulness more stronger, and we can strengthen, we can consolidate our anapanasati, inner peace. So, practicing anapanasati in our day-to-day life can be very helpful. Well, now, how do we apply this deep Dhamma, practicing anapanasati itself? How do we practice that in our day-to-day life? I really want to focus more on this point. Um, well, for Anapanasati, you need to find a peaceful place, quiet place, and calm place, and then you need to sit. And when you sit, you need to also focus on your backbone. Make sure that your backbone is straight and your head also is straight, and your shoulders should be relaxed. and your chest should be a little open, and then your respiratory system should function smoothly. Then it's easier for us to meditate better, easier for us to focus on our breath, breathing in and breathing out. Now, this is the theory that we learn. Okay, for sitting, you need to learn. While sitting, you need to know the theory. You need to develop the theory. You need to improve the theory. And when you wake up from the meditation, you go to the real life, the society, where you see lots and lots of storms. And how do we apply that theory into practice? This is really interesting. Let's say, like you are sad. You lost some near and dear one, a loved one, maybe a pet that you loved so much suddenly got sick or suddenly passed away. It could happen, right? Or you lost something, something valuable. Maybe you lost your wallet. Maybe you lost your smartphone. Maybe you lost something like that was really so precious to you. Can happen to us. So, how do we apply this anapanasati into our day-to-day life? That is really important, I think. Now, when you recognize, when you know that you lost some, let's say like you lost your pet, okay? Um, a pet that was living with you for maybe 10 years or 15 years, a dog who was living with you 10, 15 years, you were so attached to each other. And then what happens to you during that time? The moment you recognize that you have lost someone, even your near and dear one, like your relative, maybe your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, your son, daughter, your husband, wife, your sibling, your family member, a long time friend of you, a teacher, elder, someone who was so good to you in the neighborhood. Any of these people could die, get sick, and then you need to know how to apply your anapanasati into that. Close your eyes. The moment you know that, the moment you identify, the moment you come to know, get the news that your loved one passed away or got sick, something happened to that loved one, human or non-human, close your eyes. Take a good long deep breath. Hold it for a few seconds. And then slowly release and relax. Now see, you are really starting to panic. You started to panic, in fact. The triggering point happens. And now you close your eyes, take a good long deep breath, hold it for a few seconds, and then slowly release and relax. What happens? You are able to recognize your breath pattern. Now, this time when you are sad, your breath pattern is different. You need to know that. You need to recognize, identify that. The moment you recognize that you are overwhelmed with sadness, your breath pattern is different, completely different. So recognize it, identify it. Do not panic. Do not press the panic button, but rather focus on your breath. Wow, when I was meditating in that peaceful and calm place, maybe in the meditation room, maybe in the shrine room, maybe somewhere very peaceful, you were meditating. That time your breath was completely different. Now look, the pattern of your breath is so different. You focus on that. It's okay. It's perfectly all right. You actually should be happy that you are learning new thing. This is a new experience for your anapanasati. Now your breath pattern is different. You are you are overwhelmed with grief, sadness, and sorrow. See how it affects you. Your breath pattern is changing. And now you can also probably can connect that to while body scanning. When you have that breath pattern, look at your body, scan your body. What happens? Maybe some part of your body is affected more. You probably, if you are smart enough, skillful enough, you could also recognize your brain waves. Your brain waves are also different. Your brain waves are different. Your head is about to be exploded. It's sadness, grief, depression, sorrow. Recognize it. Don't panic. Recognize it. Take a good long deep breath. Hold it for a few seconds. Slowly release and relax. Recognize it. Identify the breath pattern. If you can stay there for a while, just 5 minutes, maybe 2 minutes even. If you can see that, if you can stay there, recognize that very crucial point of triggering of your sadness, sorrow, depression, then you can really see that you are locked into that. You can recognize your breath pattern and you can easily control things. You can easily make things better. You know, when you have the thought coming up, the sadness coming up in your mind, the body is reacting. You can see your body is reacting. You need to know where the body is, what part of the body is reacting to that thought. Because of our sakkaya self-identity, we react. We react possibly negatively. And I'm so sad. Mostly these are emotional things, so maybe your heart area, your chest area is more heavier. You find it very difficult. You find it like choking. Maybe your throat area, the guttural area. Maybe you find it difficult to talk. You find that your throat is so dry. You just recognize it, identify that. Body scan with closed eyes. While focusing on your breath, you can also see the breath pattern changing, and then corresponding to this breath pattern, you see you have the sadness or whatever, and then how your other parts of the bodily, internal and external bodily organs, are starting to generate different vibrations, different sensations. You just need to do not try to control that. Just try to recognize, just try to observe it. That mere observing itself can help you so much. I would say if you are a beginner, do not try to control. Do not try to divert that also. Just recognize, just observe, identify, that's it. And if you stay there for a while, you can see that you are beginning to calm down faster than ever because you are more mindful. Everything is subject to change. Nothing is impermanent. So is my sadness. So is my depression. Just recognizing that can be very helpful. Okay, so that's how we need to focus on our breath, anapanasati. I think the breath then slowly beginning to calm down, and your heartbeat, your nervous system, your muscles, your some of the internal bodily organs can also start to react differently. And then when you focus more, when you observe, when you meditate more on that, they feel much more relaxed, they feel much more peaceful and calm, and you are really benefiting all these bodily organs. And when you do that, it's really amazing how you can be benefited to yourself. You feel better, you feel calm, you feel healthier and peaceful, and then you find it much more easier to stand victorious at the end of the day. You can. I think a lot of people have this issue like sadness, sorrow. As we are Putujana people, as we are just mundane people, this practice can be very helpful to you. Now, let's go to another example. Let's say you are um, overwhelmed with anger. Okay, now when we are overwhelmed with anger, we should also know how to recognize our breath. When you meditate, of course, you might not have anger, but in day to day life, things can happen that you might generate anger. And when anger um, is happening, you can also recognize your breath pattern changes. Maybe slightly different from grief stricken situation to anger stricken or overwhelmed with anger situation. Anger is mostly to do with fire. So burning is the sensation that you mostly feel. And when you have anger, anger is a very exciting force. It's a force to reckon with, in fact. It's a really powerful thing. When you are angry, you can't sleep. Your body can't sleep. Your body is more active, more vibrant when you are overwhelmed with anger. Fire, the light is there all over. And your brain waves are so intense. Your heart needs lots and lots of blood. And so you can see the palpitation is growing faster. Maybe some of the sensitive areas, like maybe ears, um, can be, you can feel it literally. It's so like blushed with some blood rush. And you can see some physical differences. So if you are smart, you just close your eyes, take a good long deep breath, hold it for a few seconds, and then slowly release and relax. Now see, what is anger? How the anger, when it appears in your mind, coordinates with your body because of your sakkaya ditthi, because of your self identity, how your body reacts to that anger. Very interesting. And some parts of your body. Maybe if you have diabetes, your blood sugar level will go increase. If you have cholesterol, cholesterol will increase. If you have bad backache, lower back problem, that problem will increase. If you have gastritis, gastritis will increase. So maybe more enzymes will be issued, and you will feel more burning sensation in your stomach or maybe your heart. All these things can happen to you. Remember, with just onslaught of anger. So you need to be smart, you need to be skillful in applying your Dhamma into real time practice. I have anger now. Anger is torturing me right now, right here. So you just recognize it, observe it, how it appears, how it tortures you, what parts of the body are impacted, and what is happening, where exactly is the pain. You need to locate exact location of your pain. You need to recognize that. Now the anger appears in the mind, yes, but then corresponding bodily organs can start to react to them. Maybe heart, maybe lungs, maybe some other parts can start to react. Nervous system, the bloodstream, the brain waves, they all start to function because it's a stranger and a very powerful one too this time. So you need to just recognize it. You just close your eyes and see all this drama happening inside you. And when you know your breath pattern again, see the breath pattern is changing. It's really high now. And you just observe. When you keep observing, those long breaths in and out can slowly start to calm down. Faster than ever, again, faster than ever. And now at this stage, you're not going to talk anything, or you are not going to physically react to anything. You're just mentally observing the situation. Remember, this is really important, very, very important. So, see this inside, look into yourself, and see what's happening within you that can really help you calm down, and it can bring you more benefits. More benefits, more physically and also mentally. You will feel much better, much more relaxed, and much more calm. And you will feel victorious when you see the anger appeared with a gust of wind. Try to dismantle the whole thing, but you were stronger enough. Your shield was more stronger enough this time, and no damage was done. Ah, the beginning, at the beginning, you were lucky that you were able to recognize it, and you took precautions. And now you see the anger came, stayed there for a while, and it left. So, as everything else is subject to um, impermanence, change, nothing is concrete, so is the anger. Anger appears and anger disappears. Now, I want to say one more thing. We do have something called anusaya. Anusaya is a latent tendency, very powerful stain that we have in our mind. So some of those kilesas or upakilesas, what we say, can be deadly, and they can be latent, they can be dormant within us. So what really happens if we don't pay attention to these emotions, these defilements that appear in ourselves? Mostly they drop something in us before leaving. If you don't pay attention to this situation, they come, they go, yes. Sadness comes and sadness goes. Anger comes and anger goes. But they also not living just like that. They leave something inside us. They leave something behind before leaving, and they become latent tendencies. They become dormant in us. They hibernate within us. And you see, like they are clogged in. The more of these emotions come and go, the more these defilements come and go, every time they drop something and they leaving behind something. And what happens? They become so stronger that latent tendency can be very stronger. It is very difficult to remove. Just like let us say I have a cup. I have a cup here. It looks like very nice from outside, right? So if there is something, you can easily maybe rinse it and you can clean it. And let's say just water is enough. And maybe you use some tea. And then when you use tea, tea has strong substance, a color, so depending on the chemical here, the material. It can absorb certain certain things, and it is hard to remove that stain, depending on the material. And then you need to make, maybe you need to use your hand stronger, you need to rub it stronger to remove that stain. And probably some of those stains can be removed by no matter how much you tried with your fingers, it won't go away. Then you might need some detergent, maybe something, you need to some use of some chemical. Certain chemicals are less effective, and maybe even like bleach have to be used. So only then the cup can become just like this. That can happen, right? Similarly, in our clothes, it's even more clear. Like if you have something like simple dirt, you can easily maybe dust. You can just wipe, and it will be gone. Or simple dirt, you can just rinse, and that will be gone. And maybe there are some dirt which is very difficult, some stain which is very difficult to remove. So you need to use some soap or detergent, or even some maybe some more stronger chemical to remove that. Only then it will be gone. And see, just like that, in our mind, when these things happen, they come and they just leave something depending on our mindfulness, our smartness. That's why I said, be nice and be wise. You have to be nice and wise, and you have to be particularly wise when dealing with these things, making sure that those droppings are not left behind when those emotions appear within you. So, if you are mindful, you have a watchman to guard, and then these emotions will come and they will go away, but not leaving any damage, any dropping inside, because you are mindful. If you do not pay attention to these things, they will definitely leave something behind. And that is why, let's say like we were talking about just two things, sadness and anger, right? So sorrow, something happened, like you were sad um, with the loss of your loved one, as I said, a pet, maybe a relative. So the sorrowness, that sorrow, that time was very intense, but in the course of time it will go away. But even after a week, maybe even after months, I know some people even think of their departed ones after years, they still can't really make up their mind. What is the reason? What is the secret? Because the the strong sorrow, sadness, when they left, they left behind something. That anusaya, that latent tendency was clogged so much. And that is why even later on you feel sad. Even by thinking of your departed ones, you feel so sad. You feel heartbroken. That's why it happens. Same thing with the anger. When you are angry with sometime when you are angry, anger will come and anger will go. Sometimes people yell or scream, whatever, express something, and they say, okay, I'm okay now. Not really. Do you think it'll just go away just like that? No, it'll not happen like that. Why do I say that? The moment you think of that person whom you dislike, even in that person's absence, you just have the thought and you feel angry, you feel upset, and you can't sleep, you can't eat, you can't stay calm, you want to just walk around, you can't really even be stable bodily, physically. Forget about the mental stableness. That much impact was there within you because you were not mindful. And those latent tendencies. Imagine how many times you get angry in your lifetime. All those latent tendencies can become one united power. It can be very strong, so difficult to remove. Just by rinsing, it won't happen. You need to really repeatedly, maybe using some special chemical, you need to remove that. Otherwise, it won't go away. The anger can make you frustration, and frustration can lead to aggression, and aggression can be deadly and disastrous. The damage can be enormous, both physically and mentally. Remember why people get sick so easily when you are angry, because you are damaging your internal bodily organs when you are angry. Same thing when you are sad. You are damaging your bodily organs, internal, both internal and external bodily, especially internal bodily organs. Sensitive bodily organs can be damaged. That is why we have to be extremely careful. We have to be extremely mindful. So, um, yeah, focusing on these things can be really helpful. And so let's say like I said, just observe only. Observe and don't even try to control. And even if you observe, that can really benefit you so much. And now if you keep doing it, and you continue to do that, and later on you will see that the impact of those incoming sadness or anger can be minimal. It can be less effective. Sometimes they come, they just easily go away. Yeah, you are not um, really paying any attention to that tree, because it is very less, very minimal. You continue to practice it, and you feel much more better and confident in encountering with such situations. And then if you can also practice more, like even more advanced step, maybe something like practicing metta, loving kindness, you can recuperate more, you can cure more, and you can really give a very special therapy to your already damaged system because of that onslaught of sadness or anger. So practice metta, loving kindness, practice loving kindness to yourself and to others. This can be very helpful. And when you practice loving kindness towards yourself, may I be well, may I be happy, may I be healthy, may I be peaceful, and all these positive affirmations you need to apply. You need to well wish benefit more towards you first. And while body scanning, you need to do that. And maybe after some time practice of your anapanasati, you can switch to um, metta bhavana, loving kindness meditation, and scan your body and send loving kindness to yourself. Focus on some of those bodily organs that are not feeling comfortable. You have some discomfort, tightness, numbness, pain. Focus on them, and then you will feel much better, much more comfortable. Okay? And then keep practicing loving kindness towards yourself and towards your bodily organs, towards your body as a whole, from top of the head all the way to the tip of the toes. The the upper section of the body from top of the head to the shoulders, and the midsection of the body to from shoulders to the lower back, and the lower section of the body from lower back to the tip of the toes. In these three different segments of your body, there are some very vital, life saving organs located. So you need to focus on them and send loving kindness, send metta, send that positive vibration, that good, wholesome energy. Using your breath, you can do that. That healing touch to that damaged or endangered bodily organs, you can send them and you can recuperate. This can be very helpful again. And continue to do that and you will feel much better. When you are bodily and mentally stronger, peaceful, happy, the the people around can also be benefited. Even the nature can be benefited. Everyone and everything will be benefited. You can sleep comfortably. You can wake up comfortably, peacefully, happily. You will have no nightmares. Everyone around will like you. You will be a pleasant person. You will have a beautiful smile, a very positive energy within you. That aura can be very easily visible to humans and also non-humans. Remember, even the animals can see that. They will also feel your good energy and they will also be friendly with you easily. So, both seen and unseen, both humans and non humans can be pleased with your loving kindness. And then your physical appearance, your outward appearance, you don't need to camouflage with some uh, artificial makeup or something. You are already cleansed within you. Your internal cleanse is more stronger to reflect a very positive, wholesome energy in your. That aura can be more visible outwardly when you practice loving kindness. So that is why you become physically also more attractive and more pleasing person. And you will be protected by many because you are a loving, you are a kind person. And when you are a loving and kind, pleasant person, nice person, everyone will be gentle to you. Everyone will be nice to you. And everyone will protect you because of your niceness, your kindness, your compassionate attitude. Your positive energy can save you from many difficult and different situations. Sometimes seen and unseen. Maybe celestial beings will protect you. Others will also protect you. So there are lots and lots of benefits. when you practice loving kindness. And some of those toxic things can't really harm you because of the power of loving kindness that is within you. And you continue to be good and do good with your loving kindness, and you can focus better. You can concentrate better. When you want to focus on something, you can easily concentrate. That is the benefit of loving kindness. And even when it comes to death, you do not panic. You stay calm and peaceful. Even the death cannot steal your inner peace. Death is just a moment. That's it. And you don't panic. You maintain your inner peace, your harmony within you. Then you can also um, be more stable, more stronger when it comes to death. And a lot of people, when it comes to that, they have the trauma, they have phobia, they get depression, and they get upset, thinking of the maybe their loved ones or whatever they have not been able to achieve, accomplish in their life, or whatever duties they could not perform, or they feel guilty conscious. Many things could happen to many people. But the person who practices loving kindness can be stronger within. And that person also can still practice anapanasati. Even the last breath, he could probably see this is my last breath. In that way, the final moment of one's life um, can be more peaceful. And that means that if that person has not achieved any stage of sainthood or any magapala, what we call path and fruition, that person can be born in a better realm for sure. With that positive energy, with that peace of mind, that person can be born definitely in a better realm. So these are some of the practical aspects of Buddha Dhamma that we can apply in our day-to-day life. I was just focusing on just a few things, not many, and hope that um, was helpful to you. And if you have any question, um, I'm happy to answer. With that, I conclude. Thank you everyone for joining us today with this Dhamma session, how to apply Buddha Dhamma in our day-to-day life. And may this Dhamma guide you as a wonderful beacon of light to enlighten you, to kindle you, and may the darkness of ignorance will be gone. May you be able to live your life peacefully, comfortably with good health. May you and your loved ones be blessed by the Noble Triple Gem. May you and all sentient beings be blessed and happy. May all sentient beings, including Devas, Brahmas, also receive this merit, share this merit, be well, happy, healthy, safe wherever they are. May all of us and all of them be able to attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana, the absolute peace and happiness at the end of our samsara. Thinking thus, please keep your palms together close to your heart and say three times sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you. So I do have a question here. How long should we begin a practice? I think the question is, how long should a beginner practice? Yeah, actually, depends on if you have never ever practiced. You can even start by practicing 5 minutes. 5 minutes every single day. You just practice and continue to improve. Maybe first week, every single day, 5 minutes, and try to make it like one particular timing. Let's say like 6 in the morning, or 6 in the evening, or 9 p.m., or just before sleep, or just immediately after wake up. Just practice. Close your eyes and stay calm and listen to your own breath. 5 minutes, and then you will be benefited. Remember, the second week, you need to improve a little bit, maybe 1 minute more. Second week, 6 minutes. Third week, 7 minutes. And you continue to improve. And then eventually, one day, you should be able to practice at least 1 hour, one whole hour. Remember, 5 minutes practice is so beneficial, rather than not practicing at all. Compared to not practicing at all, 5 minutes can be so wonderful. And compared to 20 minutes or 30 minutes of practice, can be much more beneficial compared to 5 minutes practice. And if you can practice 45 minutes, you will definitely see a progress, see a difference. That inner world, that inner realm is so different. And if you can practice 1 hour, you will definitely begin to feel something, feel difference within you. When you keep practicing anapanasati, for example, you can see. And the more you practice, even if any of you have any intention of achieving jhana or something, you need to practice more than 1 hour. At least 1.5 hour can be really helpful. So keep practicing, keep doing it, and you will feel better. And then again, at the beginning, maybe you can practice with a more peaceful, quiet place. And later, you should also try with other places. Maybe you should practice on the beach. You should practice outside, maybe in the backyard, under a tree, on a rock, maybe even in a snow mountain. Now, we do have some snow mountains here. Maybe go practice, stay there like 5-10 minutes or half an hour, 1 hour. If you can sit and practice, you will feel difference. And the idea here is practical implication of your meditation into different locations and into different occasions. You really can practice better when everything is quiet. But then again, you also need to practice in different under different circumstances. That way, your mind will be attuned to practice under different situations. I know some people complain, like when it comes to practice with the kids shouting or crying, or maybe a lot of people talking around, and it'll be hard, it'll be definitely challenging, yes. But that is why we need to practice meditation under different circumstances. Then your mind will start to feel better. You will feel much more comfortable in practicing in many different situations. Remember, different locations and different occasions. I hope this helped. Next question. What are the psychological and physiological benefits? I think I already discussed about this thing. How these things can definitely impact our life. When you practice, you already feel the, like Mettani Sutta talked about, 11 benefits, and there are many more benefits, definitely. Psychological and physiological changes, like you can feel better, feel comfortable, you can maintain good health. Imagine, like, you don't get sick so easily. You your bodily organs feel healthy too, and then your bloodstream, your brain waves, your entire internal bodily organs feel better when you meditate. And that means your skin will start to glow, and then your bloodstream can be cleansed, and your nervous system feel better, and you will feel like overall psychological and physiological benefits so much. And keep doing it, and every one of you will feel differently depending on how you apply that. That is why I say, like, Dhamma can be there, but it doesn't matter like how much Dhamma you know. It matters how much Dhamma you can apply into your day-to-day life. That is the only way you can conquer. You can feel benefit. Otherwise, you know so much Dhamma, but you don't really apply into your real life situations. They doesn't make much sense. So knowledge is different. Application is completely a different scenario. Okay, I hope it helps. Okay, our next question: can meditation cure physical and mental ailments? Definitely yes. Um, I would say, like, most of our physical and mental ailments can be cured, completely cured by meditation, most of them. But there could be some very powerful karmic reactions that could really be detrimental to our physical and mental ailments. Some of those karmic diseases probably can be cured. Remember, even the Buddha had some physical discomforts. He had a lower back problem, and he had some issues too. And those are karmic. And apart from that, most of these problems can be easily sorted out by practicing meditation. You yourself can feel it. Like, let's say you have diabetes and you continue to eat carelessly, and you don't maintain your physical and mental balance, and then you definitely will increase your health risk. But if you continue to practice meditation, and you will, it gives an internal glow, internal energy, a very powerful impact into your internal bodily organs. And then you can feel, you can control things like food control, for example, craving for food, craving for many food, much food, like all the time eating habits, and these things you can control. And then you will feel like your self-control can really help you maintain better health. I would say, like, let's say, like diabetes or um, cholesterol or many other, like obesity, for example. These are directly contracted, connected to your food habits, but they can also be connected to your past karmic actions. Those karmic, apart from those karmic energies, your present mind status, your controlling of your self restraint to many different foods, craving for food can, if you can control craving for food, you can definitely alleviate uh, your health problem. And If you continue to meditate, you can control your craving, and then you can also feel more inner peace and more harmony within you, and then your inner bodily inner organs can feel better. They can be more healthier. Okay, so both mental and physical problems, ailments can be cured to a greater extent if you can meditate. Okay. Do we have any more questions? Okay. Um, I hope with that we conclude today. And thank you everyone for joining us with this Dhamma talk, how to apply Buddha Dhamma into our day-to-day life. And please continue to be good and continue to do good, as the Buddha said. 𝗷𝗶𝗸𝗀𝗃. The topic I mentioned today. Do not do anything wrong. Remember, you need to identify your mistakes. You need to be humble to identify, to accept your mistake. If you do not accept your mistake, you will have no second chance to correct that mistake. You can rectify them if you don't accept it. So, let go your ego, let go of your anger or whatever, and be humble. Rectify your mistakes. Then you can do it better. Okay, this is my fault. You need to accept it. If you accept this is my fault, and then um, you will feel much better. Okay, the moment you accept it, you have a better opportunity to rectify your mistake. So, 𝗷𝗶𝗸𝗃, do not do anything wrong. Any simple thing, even there can be like much more stronger things, like maybe some of the physical things that you do, wrong habits you have. You need to recognize them, and maybe like verbal reactions you do, some of the words that you use in your day-to-day life, rectify them, recognize it, and that will be very helpful. Okay, I have a wrong habit, I have a bad habit, like maybe cursing or something. I'm not going to do this. I recognize it, I accept it, and then I want to correct this mistake. The new year, new beginning, new chapter, maybe it's time. It's time to start over as a new chapter of your life. Okay? So, physically, verbally, and mentally, Sabba Papa Sakarnang, do not do anything wrong. Be good. And Kusalasa Upasampada, do wholesome things, do good things. Whatever little things that you should rectify, you should learn from the other people. There can be other people in your society, in your, your radar. You can find those people, wonderful people. There are wonderful habits in them. Learn them and apply, follow these things in your day-to-day life. You will feel better. So kusala sopa sampada, do little good things. I would say focus more on your little bad things, and also focus more on your little good things. And cleanse your mind. Sachitta pariyodapana. See if something defiles your mind. Little things again. Little things can defile your mind. Focus more onto these things. I remember Buddha said, when I was a young novice monk, I learned this. It really gave me such a strong impact in my life. Anumattesu vajjesu bhayadasavi sikkata sikkhapadesu. Little things, not really very serious, very big things, but small mistakes. We need to be scared of doing those little mistakes. Anumattesu vajjesu bhayadasavi. Bhaya, or fear of doing wrong things, or shame of doing wrong things. They are called 𝗀𝗂𝗶𝗸𝗲 Dhamma. They are the Deva Dhammas. They are the teachings or the Dhamma phenomena of the Devas, celestial beings. They are scared of doing wrong things. So we need to have these things as guiding lights to us, and that way our life can be more enlightened, and that way our mind can be more cleansed. I hope this can also illuminate your life. The new beginning of the year to 2024 and January month of January, the first Dhamma talk that you are listening to, hopefully can instill more hope, more inspiration, more happiness, more peace within you. May you all be very happy, healthy, safe. May the peace and happiness, good health, and longevity be with you all. With that, I conclude with a short chanting. You can focus, you can contemplate, keep your palms together close to your heart, close your eyes, take a good long deep breath, and listen to this chanting and meditate. Sabbhitiyo vivajjantu sabbarogo vinasatu mate bhavatvantarayo sukhe digayuko bhava bhavatu sabba mangalang rakhantu sabba devata sabba buddhanubhavena sada sotti bhavantu te. Bhavatu sabba mangalang rakhantu sabba devata sabba dhammanubhavena sada sutti bhavantu te. Bhavatu sabba mangalang rakhantu sabba devata sabba sanghanubhavena sada sutti bhavantu te. Abhivadana silisa nichang pachayino chattaro dhamma vadhanti ayuvanno sukhang balang ayurarogya sangpati sagga sangpati mevacha ato nibbana sangpati iminate samijjatu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you.